snip, measure, boom, boom, bang.
There's perfectly imperfect. Never heard of it? Oh my god. Can't believe I almost did that to y'all. Safety first. Ooh, daddy, I love that show. So basically, she's definitely not going to say that.
I'm Kristen, and this is Matt. We've spent the last 4 years sailing our $5,000 Craigslist boat to some of the most beautiful places in the Caribbean. From spearfishing in South Andros, Bahamas, staying in a treehouse and riding horses through the rainforest of the Dominican Republic, to even dodging hurricanes in Puerto Rico. We could have never imagined what this adventure would become. After gaining more sailing experience, we knew we had to make some serious upgrades to our boat if we wanted to keep this journey going. So we decided to go all in with our 40-year-old boat and get a new engine. We soon realized that we were in for more projects than we originally planned on. There's going to be some major changes coming up, so hit subscribe and join us for the journey. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU. We are back with a new episode, and today we're jumping right into the V-berth. We are finishing some things off, or not really. I guess we're not really. We're getting into some more cabinets. I'm going to get my cabinet situated for the V-berth so I can store all my clothes, store all my stuff, and hopefully it's going to come out good. What do you think, Matt?
Oh, it's going to come out good. I'm going to go back to my old ways of using the old shelf as a template, the old cabinet, excuse me, the old cabinet as a template, and then I'm going to be able to put it in there. We're going to get it in there. We still kind of got to figure out how the cabinets are going to go or any type of drawer situation, but we got to get it in there first to figure out exactly what we're going to want.
So that's what we're going to start off today. Who knows what else the day's going to bring us.
Alright, so first thing that I have to get done with this cabinet unit is I have to get the back wall. Basically, these shapes for the hull are always hard to figure out. What I've been doing is just measuring the top and bottom and then slicing it, but obviously that can leave, you know, a 1-inch gap here and then a 1/4-inch gap at the bottom, so it's not really working. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to break down this wall every 6 inches. I'm going to make a mark, and then I'm going to make a latitudinal measurement every 6 inches, and then on my board that I'm going to cut, I'm going to make the exact same measurements, and I think that that should give me pretty close, within a 1/4 inch at least, and hopefully it works, because I'm tired of making these wonky cuts where nothing fits in. So I'm going to try a little harder, take my time, make 10,000 measurements, and, you know, Captain Carpentry is going to see if he excels.
And be the problem SOB you were born to be.
The problem SOB?
Problem solver.
Oh, the problem solving SOB I was born to be.
I forgot one keyword.
Come on, dog.
Big boy has his big safety goggles on today.
I mean, y'all want to be like, protect your eyes, Matt, so I guess I'll do it. These safety glasses made me feel extra safe. Alright, so I got to cut a little notch out of here for my chain plate. For one, so that I have access to my chain plate, and for two, so that it'll fit in there. Oh my God. Can't believe I almost did that to y'all. Safety first.
Does it fit?
See. If it... Alright, so now we gotta go outside and get the old piece to see if that's gonna work for a template. I'm not sure if it's gonna work because we moved it forward a little bit, but it'll probably help us at least a little. Okay, so we built these walls out, so we lost, I would say, 1 inch of width total, maybe almost 2. So this thing with the trim doesn't fit in there, but I think this is going to help me out a lot because I can take this trim piece off and then this is going to fit in, and then I'll be able to use the trim to give me like a perfect stencil, I think.
Perfect is not a word that really happens for us.
Perfecto. Well, there's perfect for you and there's perfect for me.
There's only one thing that's perfect, and that's perfect.
No. There's perfect for you and there's perfect for me. There's perfectly imperfect. Ever heard of it?
Well, that's what you gotta say then.
Oh. Alright guys, so I figured out a cool trick for getting these old dowels out. Before I would just try to drill it out and then I would end up really damaging the screw and kind of stripping it. And then I'd never be able to get the screw out and have to pry it out anyway. But if you take a thin screw and you screw right into the middle of the dowel, it actually pops the dowel out for you and you can get to the screw inside very easily.
Oh my god, guys, so we were gonna use the vacuum to suck away the sawdust as he was sawing, and so much sawdust. I said, I don't think the vacuum's working, so he put it on his mouth, and look what happened. Why would you put it on your mouth?
I had to blow out the hose. You look
like you're wearing white lipstick off to the side of your mouth.
Well, you know, it's alright to feel pretty.
Dust on your mouth. Alright, what you see Matt doing here is something untraditional. He takes scraps of his wood findings and he tries to build a perfect template out of his wood scraps.
I don't try, I do.
Alright guys, the template's done. How do you feel about it, Matt?
I feel good.
It's gonna fit just right, I think.
I feel real good. So I got all my template bracing in there. I think I'm ready. It's not gonna move. This blue tape has been really working well for me on my other cabinets. I think it's gonna work well for me here. It's just about slowing down and taking the time.
Flip it, flip it, flip it. What the heck are you doing? What the heck was that? I hope you didn't break your safety goggles.
Flip. Right.
Alright, second time's the charm.
We're gonna see. Here.
Oh boy! May I say that's perfectly imperfected, as you would call it.
That's it. More or less.
Looks good, babe.
That's
Good
more,
job.
That's more or less there, I see.
Alright guys, so after it's been about 45 minutes, we finally think we came up with the design for the cutouts of the doors. It's going to be 2 square opening barn door style cabinet doors and then a bottom pull down where hopefully I'll be able to keep my laptop and different electronics there. So let's see how this goes. It takes a long time to make these cabinets, guys. You think you're just gonna blaze right through it, cut, snip, measure, boom, boom, bang, and really it's like 3 years later you finally get one cabinet frame done. So let's keep working, right?
3 years later. Alright, so it's always fun to take a trip down memory lane when you're doing projects like this, and I think Kristen's seeing the tender love and care that I'm taking into putting together these cabinets for her, and she was making fun of me for how I did the old cabinets, and let me just show you how gangster we used to be and how now we're just too bougie to even be contained. So this was an old repair that I made. This guy had made some holes for obviously like lights or some sort of electrics that he ran to the front, and I just took this old drywall patch, the little putty that comes in a little plastic container, and I just filled those holes and I kind of sanded them down.
Oh yeah, he didn't even sand it, really.
I didn't sand on the inside, or I didn't make it look
the
good on the outside.
No, and then he just painted over it, and I said, why is this like this?
But this is 6-year-old putty right here, 5-year-old putty, excuse me, and we sailed over 3,000 miles with this. So that's what I'm saying. All the stuff I'm doing now, I'm just wrecking myself for no reason, when you can just throw some putty in the hole and get down and just love your life. You
At
know?
least sand it though.
Well, what I'm hoping is that I set the precedent for a better experience. This was obviously why I got worms in the DR like 5 times. So
Why?
I paid for it because the sailing god said you're gonna put you're gonna put putty in a hole, you're getting worms, boy. Now I'm gonna make perfect cabinets, and sailing's gonna be perfect from here on out.
Oh boy. Finally got those cut out.
It takes a long time to do it right. All right, y'all, get excited. It's back to another exciting episode of Mac Cam. So we busted our butts yesterday getting this done. It takes a long time whenever you build anything with your wife. I implore you to try. It's fun. You get to talk about all these different things, and you get to pontificate endlessly on different options of building and different methods of building. And even if your wife never worked in construction, she's going to know a lot more about construction than you ever thought she would. So brace yourself for that, gentlemen. Anyway, I'm down here today to try to get some work done while she's up there editing. So I'm going to hit it. Hopefully I get these cabinets figured out, and you know, hopefully I can walk it like I talk it. Alright, ladies and gents, so this took me a good part of the day. Obviously, as you can see, the lights are on, lights, camera, action. But I have a pretty nice shelf in here. I'm 95% sure Kristen's going to be in love with this. And she's going to say, ooh, daddy, I love that shelf. So basically, she's definitely not going to say that. I'm just thinking about her editing this and laughing about me even saying she would say that. Anywho, though, I got this. The shelf still fits in there perfectly. It comes out, not the shelf, the cabinet doors, good lord, they fit in there well. Overall, I'm pretty hyped about this. I'm excited. It holds some stuff. This could end up being drawers in here. This could end up being a fold down. I think a fold down would be kind of cool, so you can open it up and have like a little table here maybe, and then put your electrics in there, and then fold the bad boy back up. And then if we do a fold down, we'll be able to keep this shape a little bit better rather than having to chop up a bunch of squares into this kind of a triangle type deal. I know it's a quadrilateral, it's not a triangle, but you know, Carpentry Matt can say whatever he wants. All right, well, that's that for today. I'm going home.
Alright guys, so that was a lot of work to do one cabinet, wasn't it? Tell me down below if you think that was a lot of work. it's still not even done. We still have to put our hinges on and all that stuff, but we're not going to bore you with that since we showed you that in a couple weeks videos ago on our last cabinets. And we're just going to keep moving forward in here. I still have to put new walls on these. You can't see them because they're facing right here on the bulkheads. I don't know if I should try some like hardcore wallpaper, if I should try to get some veneer to put over them, but leave down below if you guys have any ideas for that situation. And yeah, then we'll get my cushions in here. I'll hopefully have more storage so I can maybe put some clothes in there, and it's going to be great.
I think it's going to be great. Definitely opened a lot more storage in that cabinet. I think it's a much cleaner look with that flat face in the front, not the old shaker style doors. And we're actually having a bottom part that we can use instead of just having like where you put your feet under there. Turns out in the past 5 years we never slept with like our feet under that cubby. So having that as usable storage space I think is going to be a major upgrade. All we kept up here before was like some rafts and some shells and just nonsense. But now I think it's going to be utilized in a much more higher propriety.
And one thing I can tell you guys, if you're planning on refitting your boat, your old boat, or whatever boat, cabinets are, if you decide to redo all the cabinets in your entire boat, from the galley all the way to the V-berth, it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, if I could go back and I was going to do it all over again with this refit, I don't know if I'd make all the same decisions. This is a lot of work. When you get into the details, like everyone says, the devil's in the details. When you start looking at 1/16 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch and less, you're like, man, it takes a long time. I still have to redo the plumbing. I still have to redo a lot of electrics. So as far as sailing, I might have completely forgotten how to sail by the time I'm done with all of these projects. I might just have to get a motorboat.
But you know what, guys, we're going to get through it, and we're going to have a decent looking product, I hope, at the end of this video. I mean, at this video. At the end of this series. Hopefully it's going to look good. Give us some support down in the comments, guys, because, you know, we need it. These projects are adding up on us. But if you guys want to check out our Patreon, we have one with our links down below. You'll see upgrades of our boat in a real time, and so you don't have to wait for each week for the videos. And subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you guys next week, right? Bye.